Like a fool, I recorded the OSRS client in a tiny window, so the whole video ended up blurry and pixelated, even worse than OSRS normally looks. Was trying to think of what to comment on while playing, but honestly, everyone and their dog has already seen the first few hours of OSRS. Doing the usually commentary like, "Here, I made my first bronze dagger," or "Now, I'm cutting my first tree," just felt pointless and forced, especially how slow early progression is. So instead, I decided to talk about OSRS in 2026. Over edited gameplay that actually was recorded back in November, just before Sailing came out. I guess this won't be the worst start. Let's be honest. Starting old school RuneScape in 2026 feels like willingly stepping into a museum, where everything still demands 10,000 clicks to do anything meaningful. The charm is there, sure, but beneath the nostalgia lies something far harsher. A grind born from another era, colliding with a generation raised on instant dopamine. Today we are peeling back the pixelated curtain to expose what it really feels like to start OSRS now. And whatever the classic MMO experience is just euphemism for outdated design in disguise. Modern gaming rewards efficiency, quick matchmaking, auto-pathing, fast travel, streamlined UI. OSRS rejects all of that. Here, progression is measured not in minutes, but in weeks. Every fish caught, every lock chop is a tiny defiance of modern gaming's obsession with convenience. That friction is deliberate. As many times already pointed out, OSRS builds trust through permanence. Your progression isn't wiped by expansions or gear resets, but that permanence has a price. It's painfully slow. So when modern players, used to skipping tutorials and skipping the storylines, drop into Galenor, it feels like hitting a wall made of nostalgia and tedium. There's a reason so many veterans call OSRS the game that respects your time, but that respect only kicks in after a couple hundred hours, maybe even 1,000 hours. New players discover quickly that freedom actually means no direction, no quest tracker, no clean progression path, and vague advice to figure it out. Yeah, sure, you got your wiki, you got your RuneLoud client, which really helps with questing and everything else, which speeds up the progress, you don't need to figure things out. But I don't think the majority of new players will be aware of these things. They will go with what's in front of them. So meaning they will use the official client, not being even aware of that there are tools which speeds up the gameplay. Well, at least assist the gameplay, not really speeds it up. Even recent updates, disguised to help, like new player guides and skill explanations introduced in 2026's quality of life patches, can't fully mask how deliberately opaque the game is. Veterans see that as charm, newcomers see it as punishment. Games today compete on instant accessibility. The first 10 minutes decide if you stay, but in OSRS your first success may take 10 hours, maybe even more. That's not a flaw. It's design philosophy from another time. As a result, the game's booming popularity in 2026 isn't coming from brand new players. It's returning fans reliving old memories, not newcomers discovering something fresh. Multiple guides online basically warn newbies outright, play smart or you will waste weeks. Meaning follow the starting guides. The question is, can a pixelated relic built on friction really survive in a landscape where most MMOs practically play themselves? Right, I will pause right here. This is a decent money maker. After finishing Quest Client of Koran, which is really quick quest, you got access to the new, well, if you're a returning player, to the whole new continent. And this continent has a Slayer dungeon. High level players are usually blitzing or barraging Necreals, which drop quite a decent stuff, including the ashes. So all you need to do is just go down to the dungeon and loot the stuff, which players don't pick up or they just don't care to pick up, but because they're mostly AFK, so they don't pay attention what's on the floor. Easily made over 3 million in about 1 hour, just by looting stuff. Now I have plenty runes and whatnot to move around Galenor for questing purposes. Anyway, back to it. OSRS isn't dead, far from it. It's thriving because it refuses to modernize completely. But for the average new player, it's not nostalgia, it's masochism with charm. If you're ready to grind, suffer, and occasionally question your life choices, welcome to Galenor. Everyone else, stick around anyway, because this ancient beast might still have something to teach us about patience. permanence, and what real progress looks like. So I guess this sums up OSRS in 2026. Many players are tired from other games. Other games keep failing us, sadly. But OSRS is something which stays stable, holding strong, not going anywhere anytime soon. From now on, any OSRS progression videos will be a proper progression videos, meaning I will try to acquire quest cape, I will get skills high enough and maybe even get to raids. Who knows, time will show. One thing is for sure, no one quits RuneScape forever. They take only breaks. See you next one. Rams out.